Welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little bit of a different situation. I'm going to take you guys through my house and we're going to do a workout. But first, let's chat a little bit about something that you might not even know about me at all. I have not always been like a super fit person. I was not always like the fit girl. I was usually known as like the skinny mini, the weak one. You know, I've been there. If you're feeling like you've kind of let go or you just don't know which way to focus and where to find that North Star that you're after to get those results, I get it. Like I have been the skinny one that has no curves whatsoever to being the girl that couldn't fit into a bikini properly and being super self-conscious of that. And so what kind of happened from there was spiraling of not only feeling self-conscious and having like internal confidence issues, but like medical issues as well, and ending up in the hospital. I now believe that this was all due to what I was eating and my lack of physical activity, but at the time, how the heck was I supposed to know, right? I ended up in the hospital 3 times, and when I say hospital, I mean like emergency room, 3 times in the span of just a few months. We did not know what it was. There was a couple different scary scenarios that it could have been, and that was one of the biggest wake-up calls of my life, was that not to take anything for granted, not to take myself for granted in my health, but just to really wake up and realize what I was putting into my body and how much physical exercise and how much strength I had, like as a person, not just mentally, but physically, and what I could do with my body. And so that was kind of the beginning. My lowest point in terms of confidence, health, nutrition, everything was the beginning of something new. So what did I do that changed? You know, like how do you go from someone that is in and out of the hospital and lowest point of confidence ever, doesn't want to go bikini shopping, feels like she's getting teased, not like a strong character at all, to this person that you see today? Like how does that even happen? What I realized, honestly, was that I needed to focus on something other than comparing myself to all of the people with abs and all of the people with like 0% body fat and all of the people that were super confident. I just wasn't, you know. I started focusing on the things that I could control, and I started focusing on putting myself in a situation and in a circumstance that I eliminated excuses, that I just made it that much more easy for myself to see success. And I stopped comparing my results to other people's results, and I kind of just pinned me against me. And when I did that, my shift became more about progress than perfection. And as corny as that sounds, it was really about my progress equaling my happiness. And that, I feel, becoming my focus is what stemmed into what I have today. And you know, whenever I shifted that perspective from the girl that used to pin herself against everybody and compare myself and tear myself down to this person that was much more, you know, positive to myself. And what changed inside of me was someone that, you know, talked to myself in a better way. Instead of tearing myself down, I was building myself up. I made it a point to notice the good things, the progress. And like I said, when I focused on that progress, that's when stuff started to grow. That's when stuff started to get better. Not just in my fitness and like my appearance, but my overall health and my financial situation and my business, and all of that stuff started to grow along with it. But plain and simply put, like the most basic version of this was my body changed. Your body will achieve whatever your mind believes. And one of the most common questions that I get is, how did I make the change? You know, like it's all la-di-da to see somebody that is now at a goal weight or at a goal that they've set out their whole life, right? Like to have your dream house or to have the dream body or whatever that might be for you. But it's not cool to see the person be like, I'm here now, you can do it too. I'm just someone that you don't necessarily need to motivate me. Just tell me what you did. Like tell me steps 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I will do it. And the greatest tip that I can give you is to align yourself with people with similar goals. And so for me, the greatest gift that I could ever give myself, and the thing that really was the click, the moment that I was like, this is what's gonna work, is when I added a layer of accountability. The idea just came to me one day. One day, I decided to work out. After, I'll just be honest, like more than a month of not, which is weird for me having worked out almost 6 days a week for every single week for the last 4 years. And this past fall, I just had completely let go of it. I was like, you know what I need? I just need a couple cool girlfriends that want to work out with me. That if I have a pizza, I can message them and be like, I had pizza, and they'd be like, girl, it's cool. Like, you're gonna work out on Monday, it'll be cool. And I just needed that buddy system. And so I created this phenomenal group that honestly has changed my life. They don't even know. Like, the amount that they touched me and changed my world these past couple of weeks, it's completely transformed the way that I see my results, that I see myself, that I think about myself. And I know that they're getting results too. And it's not even that they're looking at me as their coach. It's like we're all in it together. And that's why I love it. Like, I am by no means perfect. It really has changed everybody in that group. Like, every single girl that got started. I wanted it to be a small group. I wanted it to be a group of BFFs that were working towards a similar goal. And so my transformation over the past 30 days, just a couple of weeks, has been insane. Like, I went from, I call it like a ground zero moment where I just felt super defeated and not feeling like I just could do anything. So I wasn't gonna share this part, but I just found this letter in my phone that I had written to myself on the 3 first days that I started my workout program again, and that I started hanging out with these fit BFFs, and I started to feel better. You know, I started to feel like myself. And one thing that I haven't really shared at all yet on this channel, which I will be talking about more in the coming weeks, is how I developed anxiety this year. And I don't want to label as that, but let's just be real, that's what it is. And so in those first 3 days, I already started to see shifts being made and changes in my mindset, and the anxiety going away, and my body coming back, and myself coming back, and the energy coming back, and all of these things that I knew were in me, but that I didn't honestly ever think that I would see again. Like, that's how low it got. Like, I just felt burnt out. And I hate when people label as that, but I don't know what else to call it. Just, I didn't know how I could go up from that place. I didn't feel inspired. I stopped posting on social media. I stopped eating healthy. I was not pleasant. I always felt like stressed, and I was not talking to myself in a positive way. And that was really the thing that hit me the hardest, was like one of the last days that I just said, it's enough. And I was ready to start my program and ready to have a clean slate. And the way that I just said, I want to redo. And that's what I want to offer to you guys, is like, I just want a fresh, clean slate. Just give me another chance and I can do this. So my Fit BFFs are going to be renewing our hangout sessions together as of January 1st. You know, that's when everybody can call it a clean slate. And I think that it's the most epic clean slate of the entire year. And so this program that I've been doing, that you've been seeing all over Instagram, on my Instagram page, all of my booty workouts, that's the program that I've been doing incognito. And its purpose was built, I feel, for girls like me that want to tone and shape their tummy, like get abs and feel strong and gain arm muscles and like just feel like a beast, you know, and be able to grow a booty. So it really is built for those girls that want to be able to fit into the bikini, to feel confident. It will kick your butt. I guarantee you, I've been through it. My results are insane and I'm still going through it, but I cannot wait to experience it with my Fit BFFs. So that being said, the registration link to apply will be in the description of this video. I will only be taking on 20 people, just as I did last time, because I really did enjoy the small, little, safe atmosphere. And that's what I want to keep it to, is just 20 people that they get me, and we get each other, and we're there for each other no matter what. And so I committed and I went full in, and that's why you saw me kind of come back on social media so hard, because it was almost as though like the new Angie kind of resurfaced, and the anxiety slowly went away, and all of the demons just kind of dissipated. And it's not, I know that sounds like, oh, that sounds simple. It really wasn't. It took a lot of willpower and a lot of strength. But just within those first 3 days, I started to feel a shift. And I do know that it was because of these women that I got to hang out with, these Fit BFFs, and the fact that I had my nutrition a little bit more in check. Not perfect, and I didn't crucify myself for that. And the fact that I made it simpler and excuse-proof, and that I didn't have to overcomplicate things. And like I said, I put myself in a position where I could succeed. I didn't set myself up for disappointment. I made it easy on myself. I didn't make the food nasty. I made it delicious, and I made it fun, and I made my workouts easy, and I made them effective. And I just did them from here. I don't have to go anywhere. And so doing all of these things and being able to know how to meal prep my food and having a meal plan set out for me and all of these things that I help my girls with, that's what I went through with them. So all of my Fit BFFs went through the program with me, and I, in the first 3 days, wrote this random letter to myself on my phone. So what I wrote is what I know my future self will thank me for, because I knew that one day it wouldn't be like the best day ever, right? And that I wouldn't be feeling good, and that I would probably hit a low point again, but without spiraling out of control, I could come back and I could read this. And just coming down here and finishing off this video, I was gonna just, cap it off, and I was just going through my phone and I thought, someone probably needs to hear this today. So it's super personal, but I will share it with you guys. What I know my future self will thank me for. To the Angie in her 20s and 30s, you need to know that no matter what obstacles come your way, it's always part of the greater plan. It has always worked out in the past, and it'll always work out in the future. Even on the hardest days, it is so important that you focus and shift your mind towards gratitude. I know it might not always be easy, but even the smallest thing could shift your entire day for the better. Even on the days that you feel like falling asleep is the only way to solve your problems and just to disappear from the world, know that taking one small step, even if it's a tiny one, will help. Recognize your beauty every single day, outside and in, even when you don't notice it right away. Do not shut yourself out from the world. Do not retreat and try to stand alone and fight your demons. It might seem like the simpler, easier way, but locking arms with the ones that believe in you and truly love you will give you more strength than trying to fight at it alone. Seek out the people that make you laugh, that love you, believe in you, and bring you joy. Do the things that fuel your soul and make you feel the most creative. The things that fuel that fire of purpose and fan the flame of your worth. Your contribution, your impact, and your legacy is just the beginning of your worth. Some days it's okay to take the time to just be, to read a book, watch a movie, do absolutely nothing, and just chill. And some days it's awesome to get up super early and hustle right until dawn. Accept any failures that you might be feeling this past year as a lesson. Simply a lesson and not a defeat. There will always be a greater plan that you don't even know of yet. I will always remember that starting is the most important part, because it's during the path that I will discover the true purpose. So yeah, not exactly the direction that I thought that video was gonna go in, but I know that it might help a couple of you guys out. And it's not always about, making it seem like everything is perfect and everything is great. I'm human, just like all of you guys are, and I go through stuff just like you guys do on the daily. And I think that it's important to be super transparent, especially when you're on social media. The worst thing that I think anybody can do is think that all of this is easy and that it comes easy and that it's just easier for me and that I don't go through the same, the junk on the daily that we all kind of go through, like the stuff in our minds, anxious feelings, feeling inadequate, feeling like we're not enough, and just having those low points. And I definitely do go through it, but I pull myself out of it. And I do have tools and I have systems that do work. And for right now, it's definitely like the greatest solution that I've ever found. And that's why I share it with you guys. But I did feel like this video needed to happen, especially with the new year coming up and everything. And I think that it's an interesting time of year where we kind of look back on all of the past 12 months almost, and we self-assess and we self-check as to like how good we were. And usually the first things that come to mind are what we didn't do, like what we didn't achieve. And we're really quick to be super hard on ourselves, but there's another fresh year right around the corner and your page one is like right there. So it's completely up to you what you want to make happen. And you don't need to let those past 12 months define you. You can have a redo, you can have a fresh start like today if you want to. So I hope that my story inspired you. I hope that my transparency was somewhat helpful. And these things are not always easy to share, but I definitely feel like if it can help one person, then it's entirely worth it. So I love you guys so much. I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye, dudes.